here on the Rudder channel, we have a lot of Garmin devices. These are our current devices. This is Brooks Phoenix 7S, Brooks brand new Garmin Lily, my older Phoenix 5, and a Venue, I don't know if that's on, and a Venue watch. So we're very into Garmin's, use them all the time, as you've probably seen on the channel. Brooke likes running and swimming, I like surfing and going walking with the puppies. But I was wanting a new watch, and then this came along, the Garmin Quatix 7 Sapphire. This watch does all the things that your bigger Phoenixes does. It's sort of on the same basis of the Phoenix, but it connects with your Garmin devices in your boat and your Fusion stereo. So I'm going to be unboxing this, playing with it for a bit. We'll show you how to set it up with the boat, set it up with your phone, and just how good it looks and how it really interacts, and is the brand new edition of the Garmin family. And really, it's kind of a cross between a Phoenix, it's really a Phoenix 7 base, but it's got some of the new abilities of the Venue. So the Venue has that bright AMOLED screen, and this is touch screen. If I can get into it. So you can see it's touch screen. So this is a touch screen AMOLED screen, but you can surf in it, you can do all your water sports, you can be out on the boat. Let's get into the unboxing. All right, unboxing, fairly standard Garmin box, as if you've had one of these devices before. And it's a simple lift off, suspense, to uncover your brand new watch. Very good looking. This is brand new. I haven't had a play yet at all. I'm very keen to get this charged up and set up and on my wrist. We'll do that in a second. Let's just have a dive in to what else we get. That comes out. This comes with a blue band, a deep blue, navy blue, I guess, blue band with the quick fit release that Garmin's pretty famous for. So you can change the band up if you want to. There we go. And just for comparison to my older Phoenix 5, is the same screen size. I believe there are some changes in the heart rate sensor. Actually, let's have a look at Brooks' newer Phoenix. There we go. So it's the same heart rate sensor as the new style Phoenix. But yeah, it does still have buttons. So the traditional 5-button Garmin setup that you've had in the Phoenix watches. Let's just leave that to the side, and yeah, there's your quick releases if you've seen those before. Leave that there. What else is in here? The Garmin charging cable, very standard, and that is it. A big instruction book, which we won't really deal with. All right. First off, let's peel off the sticker and get this thing charged up. Whoa, Quatix 7. So you can see that screen, super bright, sunshine out there. And I believe this screen is always on, so something very different. It comes preloaded with maps. I think we are ready to go now. English, pair with phone. Got my phone here, and let's just do that. So we're going to screen record, and you can see I've got my phone up here as well. So we're going to pair with the device. Garmin devices, add device, yes, is, already found it. And we're connecting, pair and connect. Just need the number 7921. So this is the standard connection you do with any Garmin device. And I've obviously set this up. I have a Garmin profile, so you'd need to do that first, but you can set up all that fairly easily. One of the things I'm excited to see with this is that it's an AMOLED screen that stays on all the time. There we go. So we're syncing and we're set up, and I'm sure it's going to ask me to do a few more things, and we'll take a look at that screen. Alright, so we're ready to go. You can see it's there, it's all lit up. I'm going to have a play with it for a little while, get used to it, and then we'll get down to the boat and we'll set up everything on the boat and see how it goes. I'll also give you a bit of a review on how I feel the screen's going, how bright it is, and what it looks like in the sunshine. Let me do that, and I'll get you next time on the boat. We're out on the boat, and I've had my Quatix 7 going for a few weeks now, so I've really got used to all the functions of the watch, and I'm very happy and very impressed. It's a good looking watch for my outdoor lifestyle, surfing, boating. It takes care of all that, and you know, with the activities you can use like all Garmin watches, but the real difference is, and that's why I thought I'd do this one out on the boat, is its nautical benefits. So I'll go through a few of them quickly and have a real dive into some of the settings that enable you to connect this watch with your boat. Now some of the settings are not really boat related, but you can tell they're set up for an outdoor person. So that's your sunrise and sunset times. This is all in your quick menus, your weather, which is always something we keep an eye on, but tidal charts right on your wrist. You do need your phone connected to use the tide charts to get the data, but once it's in the watch, it keeps them there for a few days. Now let's dive in to the bits that we're really interested in, how to connect your watch to your other Garmin devices. So we've got our chart plotter here and our Fusion stereo down here. One of the things is that it keeps all your nautical activities in the activities screen. So for you, that's the start button up the top here, and it's set up a lot for sailing. So you can see those ones, there's sail activities, there's your tides. This is something that I don't plan on using much, but I thought I'd just dive into it. This isn't connecting with the Garmin for the chart plotter's anchor drag. It is using its own GPS, and that's probably something that means that I won't use this too often. Essentially, you set your drift radius to whatever you want, settings, and then you set your drift radius. So yeah, putting out 20 meters of chain or something, and then your update interval is how many times it's going to talk to the GPS. So the more it talks to the GPS, the more battery you use up, and that's possibly a reason I won't use this too often. And then you drop your anchor, and so I can see we're 0 meters off because we're actually tied up. So if we drift more than 20 meters, it will set off an alarm. We don't need that today. Let's get rid of that, lift the anchor, and let's get on the way. But let's get into some of the other settings that you might use a bit more often, like boat data. To set up the boat data, you go into your Garmin, and it does tell you all this when you're setting up. Go home, do settings, communication, wireless devices, IQ apps, boat data is on. So for me, I can click that. Take note of that touchscreen, by the way. So we're in 5.1 meters of water here. We're not moving, so there's no bearing, no speed over ground, and that's our direction. So also just having a look at that touch screen while I'm moving through. So that is your boat data directly onto your watch. So getting back here, you can see it's 5.1 meters. It's taking the data straight off the Garmin Chartplotter. I'll go down to the multifunction display remote, which connects to your chart plotter. And to do that connection, it is much the same. You go back home, settings, communication, wireless devices, wireless remotes, GPS map remote, and it's all connected already. Take note, I did have to update my Garmin chart plotter. So you can do that through various ways. I did it through the active captain with your phone, but I did need to do that to get the GPS map settings. All right, so let's get back into it. Now, can you see the watch there? We can go home, can click around, select that one, and we've just got our charts. Go home, or if you want to just have your sonar. So this is it's not extremely useful. I'm guessing if you are out the back fishing and you want to change screen or zoom in or zoom out on your chart plotter, would be useful. And yeah, so you can play through you can move through your multifunction display using your watch. The last one, and probably the most useful, exit, is to connect to your Fusion stereo. Most boats now have Fusion stereos, and Fusion is of course a Garmin company. So if you go Fusion link, and see how it just tells you what to do, go to discoverable, so go to Bluetooth, we want to be discoverable, and there we go, it's connected up. And we want to play some music, off we go. And if you want to flick songs, turn the volume up and down. I find this is probably the most useful, and you can see that is the most useful because playing music on a boat is a nice way to spend an afternoon, and it means you don't have to get up. You can control the sound. If you want to stop the music, you can stop it and enjoy your day. The Quatix 7 Sapphire is a very complex watch. There's heaps more I could talk about, all the activities and how to set it all up, how you want to set up your GPS, for instance, which GPS satellites you want to use. The battery life has been fantastic. I've had this, I keep it on all the time, and you'll notice, see, it's just gone dim, but you can still see the time in there, maybe. And then when you click it, so it's always on. So if you just want to take a quick look at the time, you can do that, but as you move your wrist, it'll go to the full bright display. I think you can see that there. So that's when it's not on, you can just make it out, and as you touch it, it brights up. With that setting, it lasts about 6 days before it needs a charge up, which is fine for me. And then it's got a battery saver setting that will last, I don't know, 30 days or something ridiculous. It really depends how you use it, how much GPS you're taking off your watch, but the battery life has been fantastic for me. And as I said, I leave it on all the time. If you want to use gesture control, so it'll turn off, it will last longer, of course. But that's all I'm going to talk about today. I really just wanted to get through the connection with the boat, and I've been using that especially a lot with the Fusion control. Hope you enjoyed that quick review of the Quatix 7 Sapphire. I'm really enjoying it. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments down below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on the rudder.